And this is Radio Entrepreneurs, and we love talking to entrepreneurs on this show all the time. And even if you've missed them, you can find them on our website at radioentrepreneurs.com. Mark, another entrepreneur, and she's brought a studio full of things for our listeners to look at.
Yes, Jeff, we have Laurene Hunt, and Laurene is the founder of Laurene Hunt Designs, and she's brought some great examples of some of the work she does. And Laurene, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Do you want to tell us a little bit about?
Tell us a little bit about it, and luckily we're podcasting, so you can show it to people also on the camera.
Yeah. Well, I used to work in advertising, and I just kind of burnt out on that, and I started going back to my original love, which was painting. And in 2002, I started Laurene Hunt Designs, and I went into pop art. When I paint myself, I was doing realistic type paintings, and I really just wanted to do something that would be catchy, that people would really gravitate to, with a lot of color, simple images. And I work on wood, I work in ceramics, I work in glass, and I've started this year. I introduced because the hottest thing in the world is electronics. So I introduced iPhone cases, iPad cases, Kindle cases.
Excellent.
Well, that's what this is.
That's right. It's
You know what this reminds me of? It sort of takes to the next level of the feel-good T-shirts and Life is Good, where they have very simple drawings. You take it to the next step, but it's upbeat colors.
Color.
Right. It's all about the colors, and
the only color they have is whatever color is on the shirt.
Right.
But yeah, I love. I have in my art studio. It's just all these big things on color swatches on canvas, because canvas is where I start with when I work. But I just love mixing the colors, working with the colors, and that's why I begin on the canvas, move to wood, and then you'll probably wonder how these are done. I used to do coasters and trivets with glaze in a kiln, and as my business grew, it was just too slow a process, and it limited me to what I was actually able to do. And what I have now is a giant dye sublimation printer, and from that we put the art, scan the art into the computer, work the colors. I have someone that helps me work the colors in the computer because I don't do Photoshop or anything. But and then we make these prints, and then I heat press. I've got a large press that all of these things, except for the hand painted things, are heat pressed, and it allows me to. I can heat press onto anything. I do the fabrics, I do the glass, which are glass cutting boards in a couple different sizes, ceramic, the coasters and trivets, and even metal. The front of the iPhone cases, and I do the iPhone 4, 4S, and now the iPhone 5 cases.
Wow! But
also magnets, and this is metal, and it's all. I use the same process. We just use different. They're all done at the same temperature, but they're done. I have a different.
So how do people get hold of you or get your products? Do they get them at other retail stores? Do you sell them direct?
Yes, I sell all different kinds of it. Mostly, my business was mostly wholesale. I would sell to, I do wholesale shows, and I'd sell to stores all around the country. Some museum gift shops. For a while, I was even in some of the Marriott gift shops. A lot of that has changed because of after the economy kind of tanked. A lot of the stores started buying a lot more made in China. So I still have a lot of stores, but to build my business back to where it was, I started doing retail. So I do one retail show a year. Actually, it's twice a year. It's one show, but it's twice a year. It's here in Massachusetts, the Paradise City Art Show, and that's in Northampton. And I also sell now on Etsy, which it's been a boom. I don't have a day in the last 2 months that I haven't had an order. Maybe like one day, but so
what's Etsy?
You don't know Etsy?
No.
Oh, Etsy's it's a big retail site, and I have my own website on Etsy, and so many people shop there. It's like you can shop for handmade, a lot of handmade in the U.S. and Canada there, and they also do things like it's ETSY, and if you go to Etsy, you can find me on just on the search engine, just Laurene Hunt Designs. It's LAURENE. Hunt Designs, and plug that in and take you right to my page, and it has all my products, because I also have these and I have a lot of other things. But The Etsy site, people, it's just, they're shopping there constantly.
We remind our listeners that you're listening to Radio Entrepreneurs, and you're listening to Laurene Hunt, founder of Laurene Hunt Designs.
Great. You know, I look at the business, and it reminds me of, you know, when I go to Florida, I always go to these street fairs all over the weekend. You know, they have these little
they
tents.
have a lot, yeah.
And this is nicer than the stuff I see down there, but this
Thank
is what
you.
I would expect to see.
I thought about doing Florida, even with another friend who's another artist, and we discussed just going down for the winter. And then I have some friends that live in Florida, and they leave Florida to do other shows up north, because the Florida market is so saturated with these shows now that, every weekend.
Every weekend.
So it's turned into like what they're telling me is that people go there more for entertainment and see things and all the
It's
lively
just a place
things that
to
go on.
walk.
Yeah, exactly. So
It becomes a street
So
fair,
you're
that's
not
all.
really selling as much as if and the
Right.
show, like I told you, I do this one retail show. It's rated the 3rd best show in the country, and I mean the art there. I mean it's just some of it's just spectacular. But and people really go there to buy. You really got to. I mean the way the market is now, you just have to really research, and when something's working, stick to it. When something's not working, get out of it. And for me, I still have a lot of wholesale, shops, stores around the country, and it's a matter of every time I introduce something new, get it out to them. Like I just did a mailing because I did an email blast because I had the iPhone 5s, and then I had people calling me on a Sunday morning. You got to send them. You got to send them. It's just because it's so hot. Everybody's going out and getting this new phone, and they're still ordering the 4 and 4S because there's millions of them out there. For the iPad, I have this case, and then I also have some sleeves. The sleeves are more
I don't
like.
think I'm going to show up in my meetings with a kitty cat case, though.
Well, there's a lot of designs if you go
The
to
doggy
site.
one, okay.
The dog.
It looks like there are a lot of good designs. Laurene,
Yes.
how did you make that transition from being in advertising and designer there to becoming
I
an
wasn't
entrepreneur?
actually a designer. I was a writer.
Wow.
I was a copywriter, and I actually even owned my own agency in New York City for a while. But when I went to college, I first started out in art, and then I transitioned. I said, you know what? I think I'm a better writer. I think my career will take off more if I'm a writer. There were so many graphic people, and it did. But then I was in New York City, and when we moved here, it was just the corporate world. It was so stuffy. It was something I couldn't do. I worked in most of my clients when I was in New York in advertising were in fashion clients or upscale home decorators or that sort of thing. And it was always exciting. But I moved here, and it's like it was just terrible. It wasn't fun. So for me, if I can work and have fun, I mean, it makes every day a pleasure.
Especially with these colors, it's when you look at your work.
It has to
it's
be
fun.
happy. It has to
It's
be
happy,
happy.
upbeat,
Yeah. You see the colors in my house.
You paint your house up like that, too?
Well, I don't have cats and dogs on the walls, but I do have bright colors.
You have pets?
Oh yes, I have 2 cats and 2 dogs.
Is that who you use as your models?
I'm gonna do a new cat and a new dog very soon. My one dog, Molly, she's perfect for the art. I actually have another dog that I did, a Shiba Inu. It was my friend's dog, and I want to do another cat. And my black and white cat, Emma, she's gonna be so perfect for this art. And I have a tiger cat which doesn't work for it.
Do you supply? I mean, this would be a great line to supply to pet stores too.
I think that.
With their name on it. They could put their
Right.
name
Oh
on
yeah,
the product.
sure,
Right.
absolutely. There's so many things, so many avenues that I'm
Right.
working at,
And you don't
Yeah.
trademark any of this
Everybody
stuff.
loves
It's not
their
registered.
oh
pets.
yeah, it's everything.
all
It's
trademarked,
all
okay.
trademarked. Yep,
Good, because
absolutely.
everybody loves their pets, and these are again consistent with upbeat, friendly designs.
Laurene, if someone wanted to, find your products, contact you, how would they do that?
They can go to my website, LaureneHuntDesigns.com. It's Laurene. I always spell that because it's not a very usual name, and there's so many different ways to spell it. But or they can go to the Etsy site and just hit Laurene Hunt Designs. But on my site, LaureneHuntDesigns.com, you'll find all my information, how to get in touch with me in any way. My phone number, my email.
Great. My name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm here with Mark Z, who's my co-host from Longfellow Staffing. We've been talking with Laurene Hunt of Laurene Hunt Designs, and I encourage everybody, look at our Facebook page, see what she brought us today. Take a look at our podcast, and definitely look at her website because it's really happy stuff.
Thanks, Laurene.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this break on Radio Entrepreneurs.